Hey everyone, this amazing ESO Network show is brought to you by our fine sponsor, Amazon.com. Please remember to shop Amazon for all your geeky needs, no matter what time of the year it is. All you need to do is go to esopodcast.com/ESO Amazon, or click on the Amazon banner on the ESO Network webpage to go to our e-store. It's the best way to shop and the best way to support this program, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. Okay, that's enough of me babbling for now. Now on with your regular scheduled show.
Are you ready to rock?
This is where the world of pop culture and talk collide.
Hey, how you doing, kids?
This is the Adam and JP Show.
Hey, Adam, give us your headphone sound. Oh, yeah. Did you get those out of the dollar bin?
Pretty much. Hey, man, they're Panasonic. That makes it fancy, right?
Yeah, in 1983. My first VCR was a Panasonic.
Yeah, I think the Maxell, they're out of stock for Maxell, decided to go for Panasonic.
What? Are your headphones made of bubble wrap?
I think so.
We had to reassemble the studio.
Yeah, I know.
And it seems like you're having problems.
I'm having a little trouble here. It's all good. This is post Grand Old Game Room Expo.
Have you recovered?
Yeah, I'm good.
We were very busy.
We were, yeah.
During the Grand Old Game Room Expo.
Touched a lot of heads that weekend.
You sure did. Not in the biblical sense.
There's a biblical sense.
I don't know.
I think we're good. Probably do this before we record, but we're all right.
Well, and then I like, it's like when you go see a concert.
Yeah.
And the guy on the stage is like calling out stuff, bring it down in level 3, or whatever. Or maybe he names the frequency of the feedback that he hears.
Yeah. I'm sure someone could do that.
That's 500 dBs. Well, you're one big dB, sir.
We're on negative 10 dBs right now.
We are on negative 10 dBs.
Wow. A lot of things have happened, though.
It's been a very busy week. A lot of people feel bad.
Why is that?
Well, there's still, it's like an odd feeling in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no matter how bad you think your week is going, Alex Jones is having it much worse.
Folks, we gotta get good people to stand up against these people. Good.
That's a man crying.
I probably shouldn't even have done this radio show today.
Okay, it was fake.
I have this disgusted cover for how I just hate the globalists, but it's more than that.
Anytime during the show, are you okay?
I'm trying to fix my microphone. Did you notice the slow droop it had going on? I was down here for a bit.
Adam can't get his microphone fixed. I hate the microphones.
Explain, for those who don't know, who and what Alex Jones is.
Alex Jones over at Infowars.com. For over a decade now, I guess I'm like 20 years.
Yeah.
He's had a radio show talking about crazy conspiracies. Like, Hillary Clinton's a Satan worshiper.
Right.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
From the WikiLeaks, we found out Hillary Clinton is actually a high priest of the Church of Satan.
Question, though. Do you think he believes this, or he's doing this for entertainment/profit?
To be that dedicated, you have to believe it a little bit, right?
I guess so. What about Benny Hinn?
Dude. I probably shouldn't even have done this radio show today.
Or ever. And so now there's Infowars.com.
Right,
and so you can, he is like the hub of all things conspiracy.
Yeah. Years before I knew that was a thing, I would see it on public restrooms. I would see Infowars.com.
Oh, in public restrooms?
I saw it quite a bit on. Isn't that weird? Like on the walls, written on the walls.
The back of the stall?
Yeah, for the longest time I kept seeing that. And finally I saw it on YouTube. I'm like, this is the guy people are advertising in the restrooms? That's crazy.
Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Infowars.com.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Didn't he say Hillary, if you drink semen and urine, is that what?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like his whole thing.
Part of the ritual, of course, the satanic ritual.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That he beliees that, I believe it was Orgy Island.
Right.
Was the name of the
yeah.
island?
Went to Orgy Island.
Or OJ Island.
Right.
Maybe it was OJ Island.
Maybe so.
And, he believes that there's this whole pedophilia society that Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton were part of, and they've flown on the plane.
Yeah, Bill Clinton went on the plane 20 times, 20 plus, and she was on there 6.
Yeah, to Orgy Island.
Yeah.
Where they have satanic rituals.
Right.
And drink human liquids.
Fluids.
Thank you. So,
Wow.
but you're kind of an Alex Jones fan.
Well, for entertainment.
For entertainment.
Yeah, not for factual stuff at all. I mean, that's funny to watch that. It's hilarious. I thought for a long time it was satire until someone said they believed it. It's kind of sad.
But I mean, people believe that.
Yeah.
I mean, people really do believe that he is right about everything.
Yeah.
And that's kind of scary.
It is, yeah.
I mean, it's one thing to like speculate, will we ever meet aliens or, UFOs real? I mean, you have fun like that. What about the theory of Atlantis or the Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot? Like, we talk about that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We've never cried over how evil globalists are because they're taking over. So would you say you're part of this? Your microphone, it's going to be a thing through the whole show, isn't it?
It's an ongoing joke. Only you can see it. We're good here. We're good.
Are you still in that weird state of mind, though?
Kind of. I'm in the mindset now that what's going to happen is going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
But for those who are still feeling bad, we want to lift you up. It's
Yeah.
Friday. We're going
Yeah.
into the weekend. No matter what's happening on a national scale, it's still Friday, and most likely you're going into a big pre-Thanksgiving weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I thought this would be a really good time to bring back the Friday song.
Oh, yeah?
And I picked one just for you.
Give it to me.
There you go.
All right, yeah.
And you're wearing your Rocky shirt.
Yes, I am. Yeah, I am.
I
It's
just
fate.
noticed that.
It's fate. The chorus is fantastic, but I almost want to say the beginning of the song should be our new intro. If we ever change it. The classic song we've had for almost 5 years now.
Yeah.
I mean, if we ever had to change that intro song we've had for a long time, I think the beginning of this song is perfect for that.
Well, let's see what that sounds like.
That's cool. But then it has the cool breakdown as well. Like leading into the opening,
Welcome to the Adam and JP Show, ladies and gentlemen.
Isn't that cool? Yeah.
Is this the best part of Rocky IV?
Maybe. Or James Brown, one of the two.
So John Cafferty
Yeah.
from the Rocky IV soundtrack.
Good stuff.
If you go to Eddie and the Cruiser soundtrack, it's John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that was the same thing.
He did all the singing stuff for Eddie and the Cruisers.
Weird.
John Cafferty is actually Eddie
Wow.
from Eddie and the Cruisers.
That's crazy.
It's kind of like in Back to the Future. It's not really Michael J. Fox singing at the end.
Right. Wow. Huh. That's pretty awesome.
So how was your week?
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
What about yours?
Not too bad.
Yeah?
Not too shabby.
We should do a wrap-up of the Grand Old Game Room Expo.
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah, because now I'm worried about my main fear. Who the hell sponsors Gamers Corner this week? That's what I'm worried about.
You'll see.
Oh, no.
I've planned ahead.
Okay, that's good.
You were in the VR room most of the weekend.
I was, yeah. For quite a bit on Saturday, at least.
And it was VR like the PS4, the brand new PlayStation 4 virtual reality.
Very impressive.
And I was impressed with it.
Yeah.
How much did you actually get to use it?
Just one round, so 10 or so minutes maybe.
But you were helping basically little kids play it.
Yeah, big kids or small kids, yeah.
Yeah. You're like, come on up, young man.
Yeah. I felt so weird touching strangers. You know how many heads I touched all day? I immediately had to wash my hands with hot water.
You should always wash your hands
Well, I
with
mean,
hot
like
water.
hot water, like hot water.
scalding hot water.
It was a lot of heads being touched.
I was in the panel room all day. Well, all day Saturday.
Yeah.
So there was fantastic panels from Finn Breland over at Lipscomb University. They have a really cool esports program going on at Lipscomb University.
Okay.
And that's what he spoke about. And he spoke about kind of the rise of esports on college campuses and how they participate. And he gave this really cool presentation. I think that was the first panel on Friday. And then who else did we see? Oh, the Broken Token guys.
Of course, yeah.
Whitney and Brent each gave a panel or a session on Saturday. Whitney covered kind of arcade repair and maintenance, and Whitney did arcade repair and maintenance, and then Brent focused on pinball.
Those guys know their stuff.
They really do.
Yeah, you could say that.
Like when I was watching their panels, I felt like a dumb kid in a science class. Because they're talking about megahertz and gigawatts, and I'm like, what the hell is a gigawatt?
Is that a real thing? Mm-hmm. Oh, it's real.
Who else? Well, we did a couple.
We did, yeah. Well, a few. You were on 4, I believe, right? Were you on 4?
Luckily, they were like back to back and then back to back.
Right, yeah.
So we did our Adam and JP show stuff, and then Friday night we did the late night gaming podcast.
Right. And
then Saturday we did Gaming Year 1985, and what basically turned into another late night podcast.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
With you and I and Brent and Whitney and Patrick, Patrick Wall from the Game Room Junkies podcast.
Right, yeah.
And also one of the organizers of the Southern Fried Game Room Expo.
Right.
And that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was meant to be the future of gaming. And it was cool to see all sides of that. I mean, from console games to pinball to arcade, it was cool to see the different aspects of it.
Yeah. Hey, arcade fans, what do you see as the future of gaming?
Well,
well,
it's all speculation from here.
1994 is coming.
Yeah. It's odd to see. I mean, it's just a different culture. Gaming, much like geekdom, is, as I've said it before, kind of like high school. If you're not in high school, you think all high schoolers are the same. But you walk those halls of high school, you have the preppies, the jocks, the goth kids, the theater kids, the all kinds of different subcultures in that culture.
Like a John Hughes movie.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And so most people think of like, they're a gamer. But there's so much, it's so much deeper than that.
Yeah.
Some people only play sports games. Some people only play Japanese role-playing games. Some people only play pinball. And some of those people don't ever cross the paths of the streams.
Some people only play Qbert.
That's true. That is very true.
What were some of the gaming highlights once you actually got time to get out on the gaming floor?
I enjoyed WrestleFest. We played some WrestleFest.
We did?
You know, we
I
didn't.
thought it was just called WrestleMania.
I thought so too, but that one said WrestleFest.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it was WWE, guys.
Right, yeah.
Or WWF,
yeah.
actually.
We didn't play track and field, which there was a track and field machine there. I'm sad about that.
I didn't feel like losing.
Quite a bit of pinball. Got some Miss Pac-Man, of course. It wasn't a dedicated Miss Pac-Man, so it's not my favorite thing to play on.
Did you set the high score?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still not my favorite. It doesn't feel right.
I feel cheap.
It's
feel
true.
dirty.
Just the usual standard, good fare. I mean, if you've been one of those arcade expos, you know you're going to have a good time regardless.
Did you play the Dark Knight pinball machine?
I did.
Chance?
I did not have a chance for some reason.
It was very fun. I
It
really
looked
enjoyed
great.
that.
Yeah.
They had a Dolly Parton pinball machine.
They did.
They had a Baywatch pinball machine.
Played the Incredible Hulk.
Oh, I didn't see that
Right,
one.
yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it was a good pinball.
Did you play the Batman Forever arcade game?
I did.
How was that?
It was good for what it was.
Yeah?
It was good, yeah.
Was it a fighting game?
Yeah. Well, no, it was like a side-scrolling beat-em-up kind of.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And you were Batman?
Think Streets of Rage.
Did you face the Joker or the Riddler?
No, I never got that far.
Or Two-Face?
This is crazy Arkham Asylum henchman.
Oh. Did you have to rescue the security guard from the vault
Boiling
being
acid.
levitated above Gotham City?
Let me use your hearing aid. Oh, my hearing aid.
Boiling acid.
So speaking
I'll
of
get drive-through.
the different genres and subgenres and cultures of the gaming culture, I did a quick little research here, and you think of, in comparison, I mean, the highest-selling video game of all time compared to the highest-selling pinball machine of all time. Now, I'm fully aware a pinball machine is $5,000, $10,000, $15,000. I'm aware of that. But it's just odd, the highest-selling pinball of all time compared to the highest-selling video game of all time. It's just weird. Isn't that a weird number to you?
What's the highest-selling pinball?
That would be the Addams Family pinball. A little over 20,000 units sold. Crazy, right? Yeah.
Yeah, if you listen to Collection Connection from this week,
Right.
Josh actually has a list of the most sought-after pinball machines by pinball collectors.
Right.
Or, to use their lingo, pin collectors.
Right, and you should check that out for sure.
But thanks to David Corrigan
Yeah.
for inviting us out to be part of that this year.
Definitely.
As I said on Collection Connection, I truly believe if you were there this year, you were at year one of what will blossom to be one of the must-go-to gaming expos in the Southeast, if not the country.
Right.
Just
I agree. For a first-year show especially.
It was an ambitious first year, and I think that will pay off overwhelmingly in the future.
Yeah.
There was so much there for year one. It's like, where do you go for year two?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun to see.
A Billy Mitchell dunking booth for year two. So I actually meant to talk about this a few weeks ago when it happened.
Yeah, what's that?
And what made me think about it, did you see the news this week that Disney's trying to buy Netflix?
Yeah, I did see that. Is that real?
Yes, that's real.
Huh.
Like Disney is trying to buy Netflix.
That's interesting.
I don't think they'll sell.
You don't think so?
No.
You know...
Because then what would Netflix become? Just all Disney movies?
Yeah, but the mouse, if they flash some $1 billion, why wouldn't they say yes to that?
And that's true.
Yeah.
So
It's kind of, I mean, think of it right now. They have all those exclusive Marvel shows on there from Marvel Studios. They should, maybe 3 or 4 months ago, signed the Disney contract where most Disney movies are coming to that.
the Pixar.
Yeah, it's been the process slowly happening, and I can see here.
If you ever want to watch Pocahontas, just go to Netflix. It's always there.
When does that happen? Is it happening now?
All the Disney stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the Disney stuff is
Really?
there now.
Oh, I got some work to do. Mm-hmm. 'Cause I'm trying to catch up. I'm trying to finally see these classic movies.
A lot of the animation stuff is there.
Yeah.
I don't even think there's an Avengers movie on Netflix right now. Usually the Avengers
Yeah, the first one was for a while. It's
is
probably
on
off
there.
now.
Yeah. And then just a few weeks ago, AT&T announced intentions to buy Warner Brothers.
Right.
AT&T, the phone company,
Right.
it just bought DirecTV back in the summer or earlier this year. Bought DirecTV.
Yeah.
And that's all over the place now. Because we have DirecTV. And I was watching DirecTV earlier tonight. And the Audience Channel, which is a DirecTV exclusive, I think,
Yeah.
they have a new show coming on, and so they ran a promo for it, and it said AT&T Films presents.
Wow.
Yeah, or
Wow.
an AT&T production.
Yeah.
So now they're not even branding it DirecTV. It's AT&T.
Wow.
Who makes your favorite movies? AT&T.
Wow.
If they buy Warner Brothers, that's a possibility. Well,
That's a
I mean, they've
huge
already
thing to
bought
buy.
it. Yeah, all that has to happen is the SEC has to approve it.
Wow.
And it has to go through all the government stuff, and then AT&T will own Warner Brothers.
AT&T has that kind of money?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Here's what they'll be buying if they buy Warner Brothers, because Warner Brothers, like anything these days, is just a huge conglomerate.
Yeah.
Like, Time Warner. HBO is part of what they will buy. Turner Broadcasting, the CW, Warner Brothers Studio, CNN, DC Comics, and 10% of Hulu. Just some of what's included in that Warner
Really?
Brothers sale.
I had no idea.
So AT&T could own CNN
Wow.
and DC Comics.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So your phone carrier
Uh-huh.
could also be your favorite comic book publisher.
Yeah. I see AT&T people as more of droid people, though. Or, I mean, like, Marvel people. That's what I mean.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
You don't see that?
I think Verizon is more the Marvel people.
You think so?
Yeah.
Huh.
Marvel's very mainstream. Everybody loves it. Everybody has Verizon.
I have AT&T.
Well,
Am I a cell phone
that's
hipster?
why you said that.
Am I a cell phone hipster?
You're not a cell phone hipster. You just don't have very good service.
I do have good service. In most, Dragon Con especially, I have fantastic service weekend round.
So one weekend out of the year.
And I've been an OG AT&T guy since Singular. Back in the early 2000s, I was there.
Bell South Mobility.
Ah.
When I got my first cell phone, it was Bell South Mobility.
Wow.
And then there was something like Sun something it was for like
Yeah.
6 months.
Yeah.
And then Singular and then AT&T.
Wow.
And then I made the switch to Verizon. I wised up.
Yeah.
Once I couldn't get service anywhere I was. Hey,
What is this?
what's this Verizon thing? So now I'm Verizon.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just interested to see what that will do to Warner Brothers properties going forward.
Right. That's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
That's wow.
Slowly, like you remember, you probably don't remember, but back in the early 80s, they busted up the phone company because it was this huge monopoly. Slowly, AT&T is getting back to that.
Maybe. This may be so right before Circuit City goes out of business, they start a new car company out called CarMax.
But CarMax is still around.
Exactly, but Circuit City's like, "Rrrr," and they
Yeah,
throw their
that's
money
true.
into CarMax. Maybe AT&T is pulling the old CarMax right now.
So they'll just get out of the phone business
Rrrr, throw it all to Warner Brothers.
and just make movies?
It's possible.
Was Harry Potter a Warner Brothers movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. So AT&T will own Harry Potter.
Wow. That's crazy.
Um.
Going back from 5 minutes ago.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't think I ever finished my thought.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's good. It's good. 20,000 units sold. Adam's Family.
Right.
Just an example. Super Mario Brothers has 40 million copies sold. Think about that.
But pinball machines are expensive.
That's what I said. I know.
They're
but it's-
very expensive.
But it's just it's crazy to me the numbers. People are proud, and they should be, of 20,000 units sold for a pinball machine and 40 million for a video game, like an actual console game.
I think it's the individual
I'm
pin
fully aware of how the difference in price works.
owners that has kind of saved the whole pinball industry.
Yeah.
I think it's safe
That's
to
true.
say
It's like a ground level. I mean, it's just a fandom at this point.
Yeah. that Stern Pinball probably sells more Stern machines to private collectors, or as many to private collectors as they do arcades, which arcades are very rare to find.
The question is, how much is a brand new Stern Pinball machine? Do you know? So I'm gonna go to their website and check it out.
You can probably get the new. What was it they came out with this year? Walking Dead, was that this year?
Is there a '60s Batman coming out? Batman '66?
Oh, that's fun. It's gonna set you back at least $5,000, probably $5,000 to $10,000, depending upon the size and the level, what it's leveled at.
The Super LE Batman '66 is $15,000. Man.
So what's the one below that?
That would be the Batman '66 LE. Not the Super LE, but that is $10,000. And the Batman 66 Premium is $85.99.
Wow.
Man.
But see, these are so collectible because they only make these machines for a while.
Yeah.
They're only going to make that Batman 66 machine for a few, well, I don't even know how many they make.
Yeah.
But for a very brief period. Will it be available?
Right.
So you have to get it then.
Yeah, they have, right now, just 11 games on the front here.
Walking Dead. Did they
10
make The
games
Walking
plus
Dead?
the archive. Yeah, The Walking Dead.
The Ghostbusters.
Yeah, the Ghostbusters. They have the Game of Thrones.
AC/DC, is that still on there?
Maybe under the archive. Yeah, it's under the archive.
Okay. Yeah.
So the main ones, they have 10 main ones on the front page: Batman 66, Ghostbusters, Spider-Man Vault Edition, Game of Thrones, Kiss, Whoa Nelly, they call it. WWE has one. Didn't know about that.
Oh yeah, the WWE one was at Louisville last year. Remember, it was out in the lobby.
Oh yeah, I never had a chance to play that. The Walking Dead, Star Trek, and Metallica on the front page there.
I did not care for the Metallica.
Really?
I like the AC/DC.
That one's
machine much
cheaper.
more.
So a Metallica Pro is only $59.95.
Did you happen to catch Metallica on the Jimmy Fallon show?
I did see that. What were your thoughts on that?
What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's sad to see it happen.
Yeah, I mean,
and they look old.
Well,
I know
they are.
I mean, they look old.
Like if it's a band that I was listening to in high school,
I know.
Then
you expect the Stones to look old.
Yeah,
I'll even take some old The Police.
Yeah,
but Metallica. To me, that's still like legitimate new music. It's not, is it?
Like Inner Sandman?
Yeah.
No. So yeah, if you haven't seen it, the part or members of Metallica performed Inner Sandman with Jimmy Fallon and the Roots on toy instruments. That's a thing they do on the show.
Yeah.
Basically, Jimmy Fallon, and I've said this before, has turned this great late night institution known as the Tonight Show into Double Dare.
You don't like his show?
There's parts that I like, but then when I compare it to what Johnny Carson did, and even Conan O'Brien did after Jay Leno, you know what? He's a perfect successor to Jay Leno. How about that?
I like Fallon quite a bit. Quite a bit. I like Jimmy Fallon quite a bit. I do. I like his style.
I mean, there's some, I could do less of the stunts. And his interviewing skills are not very good.
Oh, no. I think that's, I don't think the modern audience wants to see interviews. You talk about the old shows like a Carson, it was 85 to 90% interviews.
But there was so much entertainment that would come out of those interviews.
That's true, yeah. But I think now today in the age of...
YouTube.
Yeah, exactly, YouTube clips.
He's basically making YouTube clips.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
For an hour, every segment is a YouTube clip.
Like I've never, ever once watched a show live when it's on TV, but I've watched it on YouTube almost daily.
Yeah, which is very smart.
Yeah.
It's a very smart philosophy in television in 2016. Because you can't get the viewers that you usually get or you used to get on network television. So put it on the platform where the viewers are going to be.
Right, might as well.
YouTube.
Yeah, might as well.
But the Metallica thing just...
Kirk Hammett, the guitarist, looks so old. He's old.
Yeah.
Man. Old. And he's still painting his fingernails.
Playing a plastic flute.
Yeah.
Well, Lars was playing a little drum.
Man.
Sleep with one eye open on my Fisher-Price phone. Exit. It was fun. It was fun.
It was for comedy purposes.
I've seen some of those that it fit perfectly.
Yeah, Adele had one in there. It was pretty good.
I thought Adele was great.
Yeah.
But to see Metallica do it, there's a little bit of a sting.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's next? What was pointed out?
What's that?
Did I always say it's Nickelback that says it's been a while? It sings it's been a while.
Oh, it's actually Stained.
And it's Stained?
Because the night before, I had the same conversation with Cassie. And she said it was like, stop saying Nickelback. Like it's Stained on Nickelback.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
Stain.
Yeah.
She's absolutely right.
But the next 24 hours later, you said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with you people?
Sorry. Excuse me.
It's been a while.
So, I really don't feel bad that I can't differentiate between Nickelback and Stain.
I've watching old YouTube videos tonight, just randomly. So sometimes
Alex Jones?
This sounds like we're an old couple.
Welcome to the Tired Old Couple podcast.
But we sometimes we play cards and we put on YouTube on the TV in the background, and I put in a playlist. And tonight was 90s pop rock, and Smash Mouth comes on. And I thought to myself, I think Smash Mouth was the Nickelback of the 90s.
I usually know a Smash Mouth song, though.
Yeah, I mean, you know Nickelback songs, too.
It's been a while.
No, it's not Nickelback. But I think it's one of those things, like they sold tons of albums, but people would never admit to liking Smash Mouth.
Nobody
no one
will
loves
own
Smash.
up to being a Smash Mouth.
Yeah, and you look back like, wow, that's kind of an embarrassing song.
Hey, now, you're an old
Yeah, and this was Walking in the Sun, the video we saw. Ooh. He sings like he's British, but he's from Florida, I believe.
Yeah, I think he's from Jacksonville.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe.
Smash Mouth is fun.
Do you remember that album all those hits came off of? You can do it. Three words. You can do it.
Octoon Baby.
Fush
you two.
Fush you, man.
Oh, yeah. Wow. So kitschy.
Yeah.
What's some other bands that you liked in the 90s that maybe you're afraid to admit to?
Well, the videos I saw tonight, we had some TLC. Creep was on there.
Now, I don't feel bad at all saying I love TLC.
Yeah, but going back to watch the videos, it's them with like the slow motion silk pajamas.
But that was, it was the 90s.
I know. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it was different.
You can't, take away from the quality of the music just because the stylistic choices of the decade were kind of weird. But some of that 90s stuff is coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Well, just watch a Target commercial.
Yeah, definitely.
It looks like it's straight out of the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
So TLC.
Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff with Summertime was on there.
That's a great one.
Yeah. What else was on there? Oasis, Wonderwall, that video.
Oh, yeah. They got along.
Yeah.
That one album.
They had promise.
They had a lot of promise.
It was good stuff.
You know who else had a promise?
Who's that?
Or had promise?
Who's that?
The Wallflowers.
No, they're on there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that one album was fantastic, I thought.
Yeah.
And then they just kind of...
Yeah. What happened?
Three Marlenas is a great song.
I don't remember that one.
1, 2, 3, Marlena.
I don't know that one. Who else do we see?
Jacob Dylan. I mean, he's like from music royalty.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
He should have been around forever. I'm sure they're still around.
Playing some pub somewhere. Sheryl Crow, If It Makes You Happy, was on there. Terrible video.
I love Sheryl Crow back in the 90s.
Really? She was always just there. She was always just existing.
Mm-hmm.
I was never a huge fan.
I met her once.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I had her autograph.
How did that go? She nice?
I was like, hey, I love this album.
Big fan.
Thanks.
Didn't
Next.
she try to say just use one square of toilet paper a day?
I think she did do that.
Or at least once per visit?
Recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems like a...
That's,
I want to be a little bit cleaner than that. Maybe for a fronty, but not a backy.
You know, today is National Toilet Day.
Is it really?
I have some toilet facts coming up later in the show.
Are you serious?
I do, actually. I have some toilet facts.
My father, until I was the age of 15, swore to me the inventor of the toilet was John T. Crapper. I believed him for a long time.
It was not John T. Crapper.
Yeah?
But it was John.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's good. That makes me feel a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
The shitter's full.
I was a fan of those kind of names and mascots. You remember back in the 90s, Home Depot had an actual mascot.
It was a hammer, right?
No, it was a chubby guy with big cheeks, and he always had his baseball cap covering his eyes. His name was Homer D. Poe.
Oh, yeah, like the cartoon.
Yeah. He had the hat covering his eyes. Homer D. Poe.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's brilliant. Why did they get rid of Homer D. Poe?
He's not around anymore?
No, I haven't seen him in a long time.
Did Lowe's have a mascot?
I don't think so. I'm going to search Homer D. Poe and see if he's still around.
No joke. When I worked at Toys R Us in the 90s, the first thing they built was the Toys R Us. And so, that kind of opened that little strip mall area.
Right.
So the Toys R Us went in, and then the next thing to go in was a Home Depot.
Uh-huh.
And then the next thing to go in was a Circuit City.
Wow.
2 out of 3 of those stores aren't there anymore.
Wow.
Care to guess which ones?
I'm pretty sure I know. This is a great idea. People make, for conventions and things, they make Homer Depot costumes, like mascot costumes.
They cosplay
as Homer Depot.
as Homer Depot.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Dragon Con 2017, here I come.
I'm going to be a Homer.
That's great, though. Who doesn't love Homer Depot? Maybe he's still around. I don't know. John T.
Why would they give her such a great mascot?
Have you seen him in stores? Because I have not.
No, I have not.
Exactly.
But I don't go to Home Depot anymore. I go to Lowe's.
You're a Lowe's guy?
I'm a Lowe's guy. Yeah, one of the uppity Lowe's guys.
Should have known.
Hey, before we go to break, we also saw one of our podcasting friends.
We did. Mm-hmm.
David Brewington, a.k.a. the podcaster formerly known as D-Brew,
Right.
host of Blame Your Brother podcast. He was actually, he and Lee, his brother, were at the Expo on Saturday, and we briefly saw them. And then David came back Sunday night, and he and I tore down the Classic Console room
Really?
together. Yeah.
Came back to help, huh?
Josh and I put the Classic Console room together
Nice.
on Friday, and then me and David Brewington from Blame Your Brother podcast,
Yeah.
available now on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and all fine podcast outlets.
Of course.
We tore the room down on Sunday night,
Nice.
and I got home just in time to see The Walking Dead.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
How is that seventh season so far?
You haven't seen anything past the first one?
No.
It's pretty good.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Pretty good. A lot of Daryl torture.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Did I tell you I'm watching them all now? Like I'm on season 3. I started from episode 1.
So what do you think?
I mean, it's all right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You
Like right now I'm in.
got through season 2, though.
I'm in the lull again. I'm in the prison. It's
It
not
did
not
kind
a
of slow
fan.
down in the prison.
Big time.
Is it you haven't reached to where one of the episodes opens up where Rick is listening to gospel music?
No, not
Have
yet.
you? Yeah.
Lori just died.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you meet Michonne. No one cares about her yet. She's with Andrea, which it's probably my least favorite character in that show of all time. She's my least favorite.
Well.
Well, and there with the governor. It's just a bunch of stuff.
Well.
And the guys in the prison. And it's just not my favorite part.
You may be cheering some episodes later
I'm
on.
yeah.
Coming up.
I'm ready for that. Is she meant to be hated?
Andrea?
Yeah.
She
I mean, from the
lasted.
get-go for the most part. Even back in the Dale days, whenever Dale was trying to keep her like a daughter figure, and she would just kind of shove him away, saying, "We're not your daughters."
Admittedly, I'm way behind in the Walking Dead comics, but I want to say Andrea may still be around in the comic
Really?
books.
Ugh.
And then they chose to kill her off so early in the series. Makes me wonder if they didn't do some, I don't know, some research.
I think so, yeah.
Like they took a picture of her out to a mall on Saturday.
Ugh, yeah.
Do you like her? No.
No.
Do you like Rick?
Yeah.
Do you like Carl? Yeah. What about Andrea again?
No. Makes sense.
Yeah. So they, have you ever been approached by one of those, like surveys in a
Yeah.
mall?
I think we were doing the show, like the early days of it. I told you about that. That show with Danny Glover.
Oh, that's
and Kiefer
right.
Sutherland.
You got to go watch an episode of it.
Yeah, the pilot episode, like months before it came out.
It never made it to air, did it?
And no, and I had this little switch. Remember that? Anytime my interest was piqued, I would have to go and I had to keep my hand on this dial and crank it to 10 when I was excited or when I liked what I saw. When I didn't like, when I was bored, I would bring the dial down to 0 or 1. And so every time Danny Glover comes on screen, I'd crank it to 10. But the other part of the show,
But Kiefer Sutherland. And oddly enough, Kiefer Sutherland is still on television.
Yeah. Glover, not so much.
No Glover.
No
Glover for you.
No Danny, at least.
So we got Gamers Corner.
We do.
We're going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm trying very hard to get one of those Nintendo Classic. What's it called? The official name?
Yeah, the NES Classic.
NES Classic.
The World Is. We'll talk more about that in a bit.
Mm-hmm. I found a way to get one.
Really?
But I haven't succeeded in that effort yet.
Oh, really?
I'll tell you about it.
Okay.
Next.
Welcome to the realm of skepticality. What is skepticality? Skepticality is a podcast for those of us who view the world in a skeptical way. We do our best to find the truth behind the news, urban legends, UFOs, paranormal encounters, science, underreported social issues, and historical misconceptions.
You just don't get it.
Do you have a problem with the news? Do you like to make fun of those neighbors with tinfoil hats? Do you want to learn some new stuff? Do you want to get something you're not going to hear on your 24-hour McNews channel or the local radio dial?
Sure. Yeah.
Right. Then tune in by visiting us at www.skepticality.com.
Spell it.
That's SKEPTICALITY.com. Grab a couple of shows and stick them in your ear.
Ooh, it's waxy in there.
And by all means, don't listen to that voice in my head.
Voice? What voice?
No voices. Skepticality. Truth in podcasting.
Grab your joystick.
This game is an atrocity.
It's time for Gamers Corner.
I think it'll make a person become insane.
Gamers Corner brought to you by Outer Limits Comics, the official comic shop of the Adam and JP Show, located in Franklin, Tennessee, which is just south down Interstate 65 of Nashville, Tennessee. It's a quaint little comic shop with all your comic needs, action figures, collectibles, card games, all in one store. It's called Outer Limits Comics. You can find them on Twitter at Outer Limits TN.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice new.
That was all right off the top of my head.
Nice new sponsor.
Yeah.
We'll start the Grand Ole Game Expo Volume 2 ads next March.
Well, we'll have the Louisville Arcade Expo.
That's true.
And then the Southern Fried Game Room Expo.
You're right. And then after that, Grand Ole Game Room Expo again. We do have some gaming.
We think. I mean, we never know who our sponsors will be.
That's true. Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
It's all every week. Gaming new releases.
New releases.
They're here. Quite a bit of VR this week because that was the theme. We played around a lot with the VR last week at the Expo. So hang with me here.
Okay.
Start off with 2 VR games. This is tough. None of these games this week are too bad. I'm curious which one you're going to pop with.
You just have 2 new releases?
No, I have 2 VR new releases.
Oh.
I have quite a few in total. But
Are they the worst of the new releases?
I would say the first one I'm going to say is the worst one.
Okay.
And that is the Martian VR experience, where you yourself are a Martian, not the movie.
Oh, you're not Matt Damon.
No, you're not Matt Damon.
You are Matt Damon.
Not the Martian. You're a Martian. Ooh, you have a nice blue one this week, huh?
These are tasty.
Well, they are good. Also, Google Earth VR, where you can view the globe.
Can't you just do that on your computer?
But not in VR.
Oh.
Not virtual reality.
I feel like I'm in space.
Quite a big release is Watchdogs 2 for all consoles and PC.
That's a biggie.
That is a big one.
That's a big biggie.
Hopefully it sells more than the first one did. The first one had a lot of hype for many years. Didn't perform so well. Hopefully Watchdogs 2 has a better outcome.
A little like your junior prom.
Yeah, pretty much. A lot of build-up, nothing happened. Me on the couch eating chips. It's pretty much what went down there.
I don't know. You could have had a fantastic junior prom.
It was all right. No, it wasn't too good. I went to 4 proms, and they were all terrible.
Really?
I hate prom so much.
I went to 2 proms, 3 Operation graduations.
What does that mean?
It's where the school decides that they're going to put all the senior class in one spot overnight, graduation night, to assure that no one dies
What?
in a traffic accident. I mean, you didn't have to go.
Whoa.
But yeah.
That just sounds like Orgy Island.
I went to 3 of those. No. It's far from it.
That's dangerous for that many people.
Yeah. Well, now, like, we did it that way back then. But now I think they just do like a trip somewhere.
Really?
Like, after graduation, the graduating class will take a trip somewhere overnight or over the weekend.
I did neither of those.
Yeah, but it was
I lost out.
It was all try to make sure no one died in a traffic accident that night.
Wow.
Operation Graduation.
Wow.
Operation Graduation.
Back to the games. We have on the PS4 and the Xbox One the digital collection of the Stern Pinball Arcade.
Oh, how timely.
It's kind of fun, right? You can play that right now on your consoles.
So I didn't ask you, not to interrupt you again.
It's good. It's good.
What's your feelings on the whole virtual pinball game?
I'm not. All these arcade expos we go to, I see a lot of haters on those.
Yeah.
I'm not a hater, but I'm not a liker as well.
Right.
I'm in the middle there.
Yeah.
I agree it doesn't feel right and feel real. Some do. Some have actually moving parts and mechanisms you can feel, and that's fine. Played an Elvira there, and that was pretty good. I think the price point should be a little bit lower. I know there are multiple actual machines on there, kind of like an emulator for that process, but I feel like it could be a little bit lower. With not being a real pinball machine and having a comma in there is kind of a hard sell to me, especially we kind of looked deeper and saw what those were made of, and not trying to pull the curtain out or anything like this, but a lot of those were just sideways Samsung TV.
You even pointed that out.
Yeah,
like, that's just a Samsung TV in there. What?
Yeah,
look, see, it's a Samsung television.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. But I'm sure that really makes it easy to repair.
Sure.
Maybe. I don't know.
And I'm sure without a doubt that's the most expensive part. It's probably a $500 to $600 TV in there.
You mentioned Elvira. I was watching a show, and it's brand new. I can't remember what it was. But Elvira was on there a couple of weeks ago, right around Halloween, because she's got a new book out or something. She has barely aged since the 80s.
Sandra Peterson, she's still pretty hot.
It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
She looks almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
There's a little age, obviously.
Well, it's been 30 years.
It's been 30 years. But she looks about the same.
Like Vicki Lawrence.
Is it all pancake makeup?
Maybe so, yeah.
Really, Vicki Lawrence.
Well, I mean,
when she's mama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was mama 30 years ago, but now you see her now out of makeup. She's not old.
She's Vicki Lawrence.
Yeah, she's Vicki Lawrence. She's timeless.
What did she sing the night that the lights went out in Georgia?
Yeah.
Did you watch the CMAs? I thought about you when I was watching the CMAs.
I did not. What happened?
They opened the show with, because it was the 50th anniversary, so it was a cavalcade of country stars over the years.
Nice.
And Reba came out.
Really?
And sang Fancy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that
She
at all.
walks out. Here's your one chance,
Oh,
Fancy.
wow.
Don't let me down.
I did not see that.
I just wanted to text you. You got to see this.
Tune in.
Because if you're new to the Adam and JP show, Adam loves the song Fancy by Reba McEntire.
I just found out the hidden meaning of it a few weeks ago.
But you've loved it all along.
Yeah.
You just recently found out it's about a prostitute.
I love a good ditty, a good tune. Didn't know it was about the ladies of the evening. I had no idea.
That's amazing to me. It's pretty much spelled out in the song.
I thought she was going for the big shot in Hollywood. I'm serious.
You be nice to the gentleman Fancy.
Yeah.
And they'll be nice
I
to
thought
you.
that was her agent.
Here's your one chance, Fancy. Don't let... Really? What she's talking about putting the makeup on?
Yeah,
and
she
the
just looked nice
lipstick?
for the TV.
She didn't fit in the shoes.
What kind of mother whores her daughter out at like 14 years old?
Very desperate ones, apparently.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Country music's so wholesome.
I guess so. Back to the gaming new releases. We have Star Wars Battlefront, the Ultimate Edition. All DLC included on disc now. So if you want to play Star Wars Battlefront, now's the time to buy it. The Ultimate Edition, out now.
I might do that.
Do it.
Because I enjoyed that game.
Right, yeah.
I played it last year. So
It's fun.
I thought it was fun.
Last but not least, on the 3DS, maybe the biggest release so far. I saw people lined up outside, waiting in line for these games, and that is Pokemon Moon and Sun. Came out for the 3DS, the newest installment since Pokemon X and Y. I believe, I know for a fact, they've shipped more than Pokemon X and Y, which those games were the highest-selling 3DS games of all time. So maybe this Pokemon Go craze is making the actual console and handheld console sales even more.
So coming soon to the dollar bin.
Oh, no, they hold their value. It's Pokemon. You can buy a red or yellow for $30-$40 now.
Pokemon XYZ.
Yeah. That's all I have for gaming new releases, though.
Oh, so that means it's time for gaming news. Garara.
You spoke of the NES classics earlier.
Yeah. I'm trying to get one through Walmart.com.
Oh, is that the way to do it?
5 o'clock Eastern time every day this week. So it'll be over probably by the time you hear this.
Yeah.
If you log on, they have a few that they're selling every day, that they sold every day this week.
Really?
So I've been trying to get one.
Very
through
nice.
Walmart.com.
Very nice.
Thus I haven't.
They're
yet.
still in high demand and very hard to find, saying it's the go-to item for this Christmas.
That and, was it Hatchimals?
What's a Hatchimal? Like a Tamagotchi?
It's basically the 2016 version.
Really?
But basically, you take care of the egg and then a little animal hatch out of it.
Is it physical or a video game, like a game thing?
It's physical.
Hatchimals.
Yeah, I'll show you here.
So it's like a Webkin. Remember Webkins?
Oh, yes.
Okay. A Hatchimal. Like I said, NES Classics, still in high demand, hard to find. We talk about the top 10 games of each month sometimes. Let's talk about the top 10 games sold in the month of October 2016, shall we?
Please do.
Number 1, Battlefield 1 came out and blew it out of the water. People love Battlefield 1 on all consoles and PC.
Well, people love World War I.
That's true, they do. Mafia 3, oddly enough, is number 2. Looks like a good
looks like a great game.
Looks like a fun GTA 5 clone, right?
It really does.
Gears of War 4 is at number 3, oddly enough. FIFA 17 is next, followed by NBA 2K17. The re-release of the special edition of Elder Scrolls V Skyrim made it come in at number 6. Thankfully, WWE 2K17 was number 7.
Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar.
That's true. Civilization 6 was number 8. Titanfall 2 was number 9. And Madden NFL 17 is number 10. There are a few games missing here.
Minecraft.
We're missing Minecraft, the first time in years.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty's not there. And this isn't a big one yet, but the first time since it's been released, Overwatch wasn't on the list.
Oh, wow.
And the first time in 2016, Grand Theft Auto 5 wasn't on the list.
Well, it had a good run.
It's a good 3-year run.
That's going to pop back up.
You think so?
Because Grand Theft Auto 5 is not only at Walmart, but Target, and there's another retailer that's marking down GTA 5 to just around $30.
Yeah. I think I may buy it for that.
And I think I may buy it.
I mean, it's going to blow our minds the way it looks now.
I know. On the PS4?
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Think about it. Speaking of deals, Xbox Lives, I'm sure PlayStation Networks as well, their Black Friday deals begin today. As the time you're hearing this, the Black Friday deals are already going. Over 250 deals on games across the board. Check it out.
Now, Walmart will be open on Thanksgiving, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Target will not.
Okay, yeah.
Sears is going to be open on Thanksgiving.
Most malls aren't open, or is that the universal thing? I know our local mall here is closed.
Well, I know there's a lot more retailers closing on Thanksgiving this year
Right.
than in years past.
I think Toys R Us is closed. Are they closed?
Toys R Us will be closed.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they'll open on Black Friday at like 2
Both
a.m.
stores left in the nation.
Right. We've had a lot of talk of pinball, but what's cool about this is next month, Bethesda pinball releases on consoles. A digital version of pinball machines based on Bethesda franchises like Doom, Skyrim, and Fallout. You can have a Fallout pinball machine on your PS4.
Crawl out through the Fallout.
That's Skyrim. Think about that.
I'm about to finish Fallout 4.
Speaking of that, Fallout 4 for the PS4, their mods are finally getting released this week. You can finally mod out your PS4. It took a while, but we're here. It's time.
It took a while.
It took a while.
It's my favorite Nickelback song.
Took a while.
It's not Nickelback.
Here's an odd one, but I'm bringing this story up to speak more on the future of different games. The multiplayer, which I didn't know existed, for Batman Arkham Origins
Okay.
is shutting down within the next few weeks, and fans are sad about that. I didn't know that was a thing.
That was 2 Batman games ago, right?
That was, yeah. They're shutting down the servers. No, I guess it was 1. Well, Arkham Knight before that was Arkham Origins.
Right.
They're shutting down the servers for the multiplayer on Batman Arkham Origins. What makes me think about this is the question of servers in the future for all this stuff. I mean, there are games people put their lives into, and one day, eventually, no matter how big or grand of a scale that is, those servers will be shut down.
Eventually,
They
the
physically have
GTA
to.
5 servers will be shut down.
Yeah, eventually. I don't know when, but eventually the World of
Warcraft
Warcraft servers will be shut down.
Servers will be shut down.
And people at that point will have possibly hundreds of thousands of hours of their life invested. This could be 30, 40, 50 years from now, maybe even 60, but eventually those servers will be shut down.
And that's when they realize, I have wasted my life.
I mean, think about it.
I'm kidding.
At one point in time, these will be shut. Every single game servers that have online capabilities will be shut down.
Mm-hmm.
It's a crazy thought, isn't it?
Yeah. I remember when they shut down the Jurassic Park for Sega servers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Were you sad about it?
I was really sad. Eventually, the Minecraft servers. Oh,
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
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 I'm glad you brought Minecraft up.
That'll be worse than the anti-Trump movements.
To finish up the gaming news, IGN released a top 11 games for people who hate video games.
Interesting.
Yeah, weird, huh? No, a few
Okay.
of these I don't even know.
Are you implying that maybe I would fall on this
No,
list?
no.
Okay.
A few of these I've never heard of, so hang with me here.
Uh-huh.
And this is in no particular order, so just play around with it.
What if I say I love every one of these games?
That's good.
Okay.
I know you don't. There are
Okay.
2 on here I know you don't like.
Okay. Okay, good.
First up is Octo-Dad, Deadliest Catch. Do you remember us talking about this when it came out?
Octo-Dad?
Yeah.
Deadliest Catch?
Yeah.
No.
It's good. So look up YouTube footage if you can of Octo-Dad, Deadliest Catch. The most ridiculous controller layout you've ever seen in your life.
Does this have the Octomom in it at all?
No, it's an actual octopus, and he's just trying to be a dad. You remember this?
I do remember this.
I mean, something as simple as he wakes up trying to tie his tie in the mirror. You've got to press something like the circle button plus your right trigger and move your left joystick to use his right arm. So it's very wonky with his squid tentacles as I just did there. Octo-Dad, Deadliest Catch. You don't have to play games at all, but you may like that game.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is Telltale's The Walking Dead series. Once again, pretty much zero gameplay and reaction time for the most part, but you're making decisions. You're playing a story. A comic book is coming to life. Telltale's The Walking Dead. You can see that for game haters.
Mm-hmm.
Until Dawn, oddly enough, is a PS4, I believe, exclusive up to this point, a survival horror game. Now, while that's a game that non-gamers would like, who knows?
Is that based off the Tammy Wynette song?
I don't think so. That would make it more realistic, though.
Until dawn, what's that from?
Here's one of the first games I've never heard of on this list. It's called Inside. They compare it to a modern Super Mario Brothers, like a side-scroller platformer. Never heard of that, but check out Inside. Speaking of Mario Party, the whole franchise is on here. That makes sense. It's a party game. You can not play any games at all and just play Mario Party.
Just Dance got a doo-doo on here?
No. That should be, shouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That really should be. These next 2 I've never heard of, so I'll fly through those quite quickly. First one is called Duck Game. It's a fun party-style multiplayer. They say the best multiplayer game of 2015 called the Duck Game.
Okay.
I've never heard of that. Next up, once again, I haven't heard of this one called Nidhogg. It's like a fencing game.
Wow.
I know, weird, huh? Now these final 4 we will know. The hipster announcements are done. Hipster titles are done. I don't agree with this being on a game that gamers can or that non-gamers can play, but the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim is on here.
What? That's such a
gamer game, right?
Yeah. I mean, that is like the gamer game.
I don't see someone like, I don't like video games.
Like,
here,
you have to immerse
Slay this dragon.
and spend like 100 hours playing that game.
I don't understand. I have no idea I can kind of see all these except for that one. I don't know why Skyrim is on top 11 games that non-gamers can play. Next up is Portal 2, which is understandable. It's problem-solving, puzzle-solving. Next up is Minecraft, like you said. I mean, once again, non-gamers can play that for hours. Last but not least is, in general, the franchise of the Lego games. Anybody can pick those up and go.
The Kim Kardashian app didn't make it?
Didn't make that. We talked about that quite a bit in our panel, didn't we?
A lot.
I believe maybe some of audio of those panels will be released in the coming
Later
weeks.
in the year.
Yeah.
The couple of weeks that you're indisposed.
Yeah. Well, we usually take a break for the holidays.
We usually do take the week off between Christmas and New Year's.
Right.
So sometime at the end of the year.
Yeah. But that's all I have
You're
for
going to get
gaming
a whole bunch of panels.
news in the Gamer's Corner this week,
That's a Hatchimal.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Weird.
So you buy the egg.
And you hatch it yourself.
So to speak.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty creepy. You have no idea what's inside.
No.
How much is a Hatchimal?
Well, a Hatchimal's inside.
I'm going to look up a Hatchimal on Amazon. The problem is on my Facebook, I'll be looking at Hatchimals for weeks.
Hey, this is one of the most sought-after items this Christmas.
Really? Hatchimal.
What's in the Hatchimal's egg?
What's in the egg?
What if it's like a little Kevin Spacey that you hatched out? All right, quickly.
Okay.
Here's some facts for National Toilet Day.
Okay.
Sir John Harrington, a member of Queen Elizabeth I's court, is credited with the invention of the modern flush toilet back in 1596.
Okay.
Years later, in 1775, English inventor Alexander Cummings became the first person to get the flush toilet patented. He invented an S-shaped valve to keep foul odors at bay. Or odors.
That's supposed to work, huh?
Contrary to popular belief, the toilet seat is the cleanest part in the bathroom. Since most people take great care and they keep their toilet seat clean, according to the University of Arizona. The bathroom door handle is also a less germ-infested part, since bacteria cannot thrive on cold, dry surfaces for long. What was your thermostat story?
That's funny. I was going to bring that up again.
When you were a kid?
I didn't know if you had heard that story before.
Yeah.
Ninth grade biology class. We had a petri dish, petri tray, call it what you want. Did you ever do those in school? Or you
Yeah, we
did
did those. Yeah, right before Operation Graduation.
Yeah. Long story short, if you don't know what that is, you kind of wet a cotton swab or a Q-tip up, and you smear and kind of tap it around places in your home or workspace, anywhere you want, and you smear that Q-tip on the petri dish. It's kind of separated into segments like a pie piece, and you see what grows in this petri dish, petri tray. And whatever the more funky it is, the more fungal things grow. And I did it all throughout my house, the restroom, the doorknobs, my bedroom.
The broomsticks.
No blacklight in there, thank God.
The bed knobs.
the Lansberries. But by far, the most disgusting part of my house, my mom's house at the time, I guess, was the thermostat. Like the actual
And it's because
handle.
you never washed your hands after using the bathroom, and then you go adjust the...
No, if that were the case, though, the restroom doorknob would be the worst.
Unless you're one of those keep the door open people.
My mom and stepdad said it was because I'd wake up in the middle of the night scratching my butt and changing the thermostat. That was their theory behind it.
Same principle.
Quite possible. But isn't that weird? Out of the whole house, the thermostat knob was the worst part.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. Can you buy those these days, like a petri tray?
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
Amazon.
You want a petri dish?
Yeah. Oh man, Hatchimals.
Yeah. What are they going for?
$217.
No.
I'm serious.
Like $217?
Yeah.
How much is the NES Classics?
Oh, is that even on here?
How much are they going for on eBay? This next toilet fact, what?
The cheapest one on Amazon is $176 used.
Wow.
Yeah.
Used? This next fact will settle a long debate that's been right here on the Adam and JP show.
Okay.
A 2013 British survey by Which Magazine claimed unclean tablet and smartphone surfaces contain about 600 units of bacteria, in contrast to less than 20 units on a toilet seat.
Wow.
So, all your smartphone and tablet use on the toilet,
right.
You are getting it on there.
What about your toothbrush? I said toothbrush.
I don't want to hear about your toothbrush.
What about your toothbrush?
The 2010 study of the American Society of Microbiology established women have cleaner sanitary habits than men. The study found that only 77% males wash their hands before leaving the bathroom. Wow. As compared to 93% of females.
Wow.
I worked with a guy once. Like, he never washed his hands after the bathroom. But if you were in the bathroom, he would pretend like he washed his hands before. Like, he would turn the water on, and then he would just sit there and rub his hands together and then leave the bathroom.
Why not just wash your hands?
Exactly. If you're going to go through that much effort to put up the facade that you're washing your hands, just wash your damn hands.
Wow. I've seen quite a few guys leave the stall, don't use water, but grab paper towels and dry their hands off.
That's disgusting.
I've seen that a few times.
According to a United Nations report, an estimated 2.4 billion people worldwide lack access to a toilet, especially in South Asia and sub-Saharan Africa.
Wow.
One more here. More people in the world have mobile phones than toilets, according to the United Nations.
Wow. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Huh.
So there's some toilet facts on National Toilet Day.
Do you hate urinals as much as I do? I hate a urinal. I think they should be more blocked off. I need more of a wall. I want my elbow to touch an actual wall or a kind of a blockade.
Right.
Instead of another guy's elbows.
So you just go to the stall.
Yeah. I have to act like I poop every time.
But you don't have to act like you are.
Well, I'm not going to go
It's
there.
legal to pee in a stall.
Yeah, but I feel like, it's like a parking space. I feel like I'm taking like a handicapped parking space. If I don't need it, I shouldn't use it.
Well,
There are probably guys that actually have to poop, and I'm there doing the number one.
How many people are going to the bathroom with you?
Well, like at a Titans game I was at a few days ago, the place was packed. It's a line in there.
Yeah?
Yeah, at all times, it's a line for the restroom.
So what'd you do?
I urinal twice. I had to suck it up and tap elbows at the guy next to me.
Yeah, hey, how's it going?
Man.
I hate a urinal talker.
Like, there was no, in the Titans stadium, there's not even a wall.
Oh, yeah, it's very communal.
Yeah.
It's just a trough.
Yeah. And you have to, like...
Everybody's just peeing in a trough. That's how it was when I was in grade school.
You have to keep the opposite of eye contact. Oh, the trough. Yeah, we had those as well.
Yeah. Just peeing in a trough.
Pee on the floor.
Like we're animals.
Yeah.
Like we're farm animals.
But you're around the corner of these public restrooms with a line of guys at urinals. If your eyes dart the wrong way once, you're going to see a row of like 13 penises. You got to keep your eyes straight ahead, like you're in the military. Dun, 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 dun.
Most guys get as close to the urinal as possible.
See, I do, but I don't. I don't want any part touching any part of that.
Right.
So it's like it's a good range of like too close, too far. You get too far away, you have your backsplash. Too close is more splash.
You back up as far as you can to make it a game.
You can get the old arch to it. We don't want people seeing the stuff.
Do your Calvin impression.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean, though? I mean, you look the wrong way, it's over.
That's true.
See, it's just like you got to look straight ahead.
Uh-huh.
Like deer in headlights.
That's I would say that's bathroom etiquette.
I think that's the things females don't have to worry about.
Because even if guys are in the urinal and they're looking straight ahead, even if they talk to you, they're still looking straight ahead.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Good.
If I were president, first thing I would do
How about them Titans?
is fix public restroom problems for males. I would put at least a good 3-foot wall between. I'm going to build a wall between each urinal, and they're going to pay for it.
And who's going to pay for it?
The urinators are going to pay for it. Also, I would decrease
the urinators.
I would decrease the gap in our restroom stall walls.
What do you mean?
If you're in front of a restroll stall and you see the guy taking a dump and his door's closed, that's a problem.
Right.
Decrease the gaps in our economy and our stall doors.
You think they should shut more firmly? Then how would you know anybody was in there?
I think if a door's closed,
it's just going to be a world of people looking at. No, I mean half the time you go in a bathroom, the doors are always closed.
No.
It doesn't always mean somebody's in there.
That's
why you got to peek through the crack.
My next part of being president is to have one of those outside signs. Whenever you were in elementary school, mine had a sign on the door that said occupied or vacant.
Right.
You slid the lock across.
Like
if every stall had that, plus less of a gap in stall doors, and a good 3-foot wall between each urination center, I think we'd be much better off.
This is the infrastructure that you're building.
Yeah.
This is how you're making America great.
Yeah, because you're at a pro football game, pro baseball game, and you're just dreading. Like, well, I want another beer or a Coke or a water or something, but I don't want to go in there and see some men's stuff. I don't want them seeing my stuff.
I think you put too much thought into this.
It's a problem.
I mean, it's a lot of stress you bring on yourself.
It's a problem. And the worst are the nearby urinal guys. You know what I'm talking about. On the off chance it's an empty restroom. 10 urinals lined up with 2 stalls. You find the nice urinal in the middle. Guy walks in, comes right next to you.
Right next to you. I don't understand that at all. I have that same problem no matter where I go. I have that problem in urinals. I have that problem in movie theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my wife will pick the seats that are out by ourselves. We have rows around us. And the old couple will come in. I got my little packing peanut. my little jujubes. And sit right in front of us.
Just unraveling their snow caps the whole time.
And then a family will come in with their popcorn and their loud kids on their smartphones, and they'll sit right behind us and kick my chair the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Almost beat a kid at Dr. Strange.
Did you? Nice.
Because he just kept kicking my chair.
I think if we buy... Oh, what's that?
But Porta Johns are the worst.
Yeah. I found that, once again, at a Titans game, a Porta John with a urinal inside of it.
Yeah,
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, it's off to the side.
It was a normal Porta John, but had like a small...
You've never seen that before?
It's my first time. I've seen it was a small hole in the wall to the side.
So is that to say like two people can go in there at once?
Yeah, I don't know the point of that. What is the point of that?
I don't know. Or when you go to a gas station and you go in there and you can lock the door, but then once you're in there, you realize there's a urinal and the toilet.
Our local Captain D's has that same layout.
Like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
Am I supposed to like leave it unlocked in case someone else has to come in?
Because these have no walls at all.
Right.
You
It's
can't
like
just
a
be
prison.
there
It's like you're in jail.
Yeah, it should be stainless steel.
You're just going to be sitting there.
Hey, pal.
Look at the guy that
What you in
comes.
for? 3-piece. Extra hush puppies. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh.
So I'm on eBay right now.
Yeah.
And this has, as of right now, 33 bids. So
For a Hatchimal
this
or a
is
Nintendo?
A Nintendo NES Classic.
Mm-hmm.
33 bids with 3 minutes left. It's at $206.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I'm going to keep watching it.
Because you know these things are going to be plentiful after Christmas.
Yeah. We're at 208.50, 3 minutes, 4 seconds. I'll give you an up-to-date here. But I think I've never done this before. I would like to buy some of these and sell them off.
I've done that.
Yeah.
I've done that.
How can we,
Not those,
how
but
can we get our hands on those? And the guy's paying $15 in shipping.
I made money on Tickle Me Elmos.
Oh, because you work
Kids who work at Toys R Us.
Oh, that's dirty.
Yeah, see, I was that guy.
That's dirty.
How many did we get in? 5. I'll take 3.
208.50 with 2.5 minutes left. Will it sell for 208.50? What do you think?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
34 bids. Man, that's crazy. That's insane.
Isn't that like insider trading, really? If you work at a store and then you buy the stuff and you resell it?
Yeah.
That is like insider trading.
Yeah.
I bought an Xbox One when it came out and resold it.
Really?
Or no, the Xbox 360.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
That's not illegal, but I would say against the rules.
Is it illegal?
I've had places I've worked before, and you would receive free things. And one person I worked with sold the free things on eBay for a profit, and somehow, some way they found out, and they came in and fired her.
Really?
For real, yeah.
Somebody got fired where I worked because we were supposed to dump all this clearance video game accessories that didn't sell.
Yeah.
And so we were supposed to dump it, like in the crusher.
Yeah.
And, trash it, basically. And they took it back to where the crusher was, and then put it outside the building, and then came back before they left, picked it up, went home, and sold it online.
Wow.
But they were stupid enough to sell it under an account with their name on it.
Right.
So word got back to us. Oh, yeah. I worked at a radio station once where the engineer was actually stealing radio equipment, doing the same thing, selling it under his name.
Really?
Yeah. Like you could go on, like his name, find his name, see stuff he was selling. I'm like, I'm pretty sure those are the microphones from the remote unit.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're at 1 minute and 5 seconds left. $215 this thing's going for.
It went up?
Yeah, we're at 215. Oh, 217.50 with 1 minute even.
Wow. Should we stick around and see what this is?
We've got 55 seconds. Might as well.
Yeah.
What do you think it's going to end with? Because you know how these hawks go, these vultures on eBay.
Oh, yeah. There's just
the last 30 seconds. It's just like bam, 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 bam. We're at 217.50 with 45 seconds left in the NES Classic on eBay.
I'll close this up here.
Okay.
Check us out online, adamandjp.com. Also, facebook.com/adamandjp. Do us a favor. Rate and review our show on iTunes.
Please do. And don't forget Instagram and Twitter as well at adamandjp.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we got some stuff that we want to do.
Yeah.
But
we have as we do every so often, things are coming up.
We got things coming up.
Yeah.
So it would really help us if you would rate and review the show over at iTunes.
That's true. 19 seconds left. 217.50 still.
Should we do a countdown?
Maybe so. We're at the final 15 seconds. About to be in the final 10 seconds. Is it going to stay at 217.50?
9.
At 8.
7.
6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. And look at the vultures. Bam. It's sold for $222.50.
May all the quaints be forgot, and Mario is best.
And $15 in shipping, so almost $250 this person paid for a $60 console. I've got to buy one of these.
That's basically just a plug and play of 30-year-old games.
Exactly. And they say the controller cord itself is way too short. Oh, well.
I'm Jay Patrick. That's Adam.
This is the Adam and JP Show.
Face Sealer.
This has been a production of the Adam and JP family of on-demand talk radio.
AdamandJP.com.
Right now.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network, your station for all things geek, classic, current, and beyond. Be part of the crew at ESONetwork.com.